What up? What up? What's cracking, everybody? Back again with another live. About to talk some Dr. King. Some truth. Happy birthday to our great ancestor. You know, we're gonna talk some truth. So I'm waiting for some people to come up in here so we can get the shit kick-started. I'm gonna be over here for a little while. I think I'll probably be up here for probably about maybe 35, 45, 35, 45, 45, 35. 35, 45, 55. But we're gonna kick some truth. Because every year I need to come out along with others, and we have to put some truth in Dr. King's name, y'all. Can't keep on having this bootlicking ass story continue on and having everybody. I don't give a fuck what you say, because you about to get blocked on, boy. Yo, what up, Jesse? What's going on, cuz? We about to put some truth. Matter of fact, I just got a notification. I had commented on somebody's post that they put up earlier on in the day talking about anybody talking shit about Dr. King's name, you can kiss my ass. And then the post was about somebody else, and so I go in the comments to see what it was. Y'all, Tommy, what's happening? And he was talking about, oh well, he said that Dr. King was a sellout and everything. And these are the same people that women stand for. I'm like, okay, hold on. So I left in the comment like, well, the guy, what the guy said wasn't wrong. Dr. King was a sellout. He sold out. That's duh. You know what I'm saying? He did. But you see, when you stuck on one part of somebody's history, you fail to ignore the other part of their history. And that's what we're going to be concentrating on. We're not going to concentrate on the I have a dream Martin. No, we're going to concentrate on the revolutionary Martin. You know, the revolutionary Martin that, yeah, you can talk all this shit, you can spray all your hoses down, but I bet you won't go to his house. I bet you won't go to his house. You fuck around and get your head blown off. You heard me? Straight up. Okay, sure. Yeah, we're going to talk about this, though. Wait, hold on real quick, y'all. We're going to be talking about some truth today, y'all. Tonight. All right. I am back. I am back and I am black. See. But first and foremost, before I get started, I want to give a major shout out to the FBA family. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so let's get to it. Daniel, what's going on? Hey, what happened with your Rams? But this is not what this live is about. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk sports at another time. But yeah, so as many of us grew up, we learned about Dr. King. That was like the main fixture in a lot of our lives growing up. Dr. King, whenever Black History came around, when January and February came around, that's when you would hear about Dr. King the most. After that, you didn't really hear about Dr. King too much throughout the year. Unless something came up and then somebody want to use his name to try to prove a point. Oh, well, Dr. King, you know, he believed in unity and everybody kumbaya. So let's talk about it. Now, this is the first thing. This is where all you Negroes and everybody else that want to keep on bringing up Dr. King's name in this light. Well, we're going to take some light out and we're going to put some darkness into it, because you can't get to the light until you get through the dark. So we're about to step into the dark side. Here we go. So for everybody of every race, every background, I want y'all to listen up. Dr. King gave that I Have a Dream. And yeah, true indeed, that was one of the most powerful speeches ever in the history of this land. I don't take that away. But in that, now this is what's going to shake a lot of you. This is what's going to shake a lot of you up, and it's going to shake a lot of your ancestors up, your forefathers. Because while y'all sit there saying Dr. King loved everybody, yeah, Dr. King may have loved everybody at one point in time, but he was working on a plan to redistribute the money from the whites to the blacks so that we can have a more balanced out and give us more of a chance to financially compete in the market. Need them funds to compete at. Oh my fucking God. Hold on, y'all. I can't answer the one. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about the disruption. Can y'all still hear me? Is my audio still good? My audio still good? Okay, it looks like my audio still good. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, like I was saying, he was working on a plan to take the money from the white community. I had a whole lecture I was finna do on this. And I still probably going to do it, because I think a breakdown so people can actually see what I'm talking about and see what others have been talking about, give you the breakdown of what he was going to do. And I'm going to tell you, when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, how come nobody else thought about doing this type of shit? Like, I know people talked about it and they probably had things that, you know what I'm saying? But King, so what King was going to do was, based on the fact that the door was open and he was in the door, he was going to do what a lot of you other Negroes should have been doing. He was going to take that money and he was going to put it into the black community so we could actually have a shot, because he knows that in the conditions that we were living in at those particular times, and even in today's time. But back then, yeah, like, we need to get our, you know what I'm saying? We need to get our shit together. This is how we gonna do it. And then boom, now we have an equal playing field, right? But that's a part of Dr. King's history that they failed to put in the history books. That's the part of King's history that they fail to bring up whenever they want to plaster Dr. King all throughout the TVs, all throughout commercials and billboards and magazines and conversations. You know what I'm saying? When everything, when something racial comes up, well, Dr. King believed in equality, so we got to do like Dr. King said. He had a dream, and you know what I'm saying. You got little black kids over here quoting Dr. King. See, I don't need to quote Dr. King. I played Dr. King. I played Dr. King. Okay. So my research into Dr. King is very extensive from the time when I was a kid into the time I became a grown man. My 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 research on Dr. King is very extensive. That's why I was always defending him in the sense of, no, you're not understanding what this man was really doing behind the scenes. Now, the problem was the civil rights movement was a detriment to what we needed and what we was trying to get done. So there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, well, Dr. King, he loved everybody. It didn't make a difference who they was. Okay, yeah, that made, okay, yeah. But there's a but. What you guys failed to realize, and this is what a lot of people that is not looking like me fail to realize. So he's supposed to stop giving a fuck about his own people just because he's shaking hands and kicking in with everybody else? This is what, see, and I know this to be a reason, not the only reason, but I know this to be a reason because I lived through this shit right here on YouTube. I lived through this shit right in my real life. People get comfortable with me that don't look like me, and they think that, okay, well, he's cool with everybody. So we don't have to worry about all that black talk. You were wrong. Because I'm never going to stop standing up for my people. I'm never going to stop fighting for my people. I'm never going to stop doing for my people. I'm never going to stop being black. And I know that's what a lot of people wanted me to do. Just like there was a lot of people that wanted Dr. King to stop being black. Just because he was cool with white people, he was cool with Latinos, Asians, and all this, and all these different characters, and all this. Y'all wanted him to get away from his blackness. That wasn't going to happen, people. That wasn't going to happen. See, people have to understand the latter part. Oh my God. You know what? Hold on, y'all. My apologies. I'll be with y'all in 1 minute. Hood Therapy, what's happening? Lonnie, what's up? I'll be with y'all in 1 minute. Okay, I'm back, y'all. My apologies. I am back. I am back. I am back. Okay, so like I was saying, that's what a lot of people wanted Dr. King. That's what they was expecting. Without, see, you don't necessarily have to verbalize it for the actions to be there to be shown, right? So why do we know that Dr. King was doing these things? Why do we know that Dr. King sold his people out? Because the man admitted to it. He took accountability, something that a whole lot of us have a hard time doing. He took accountability for what he did. He finally realized that what he was doing was more detrimental than helping. He realized that all this I have a dream stuff is a fantasy. Now I don't say, well, Jay Milton, things have gotten a lot better since then. People, it used to be whites only, blacks only, and everybody could go wherever they want. And I'm with, and for people that say that, let me drop some knowledge onto you. Let me drop some heat on you. If you thought that was because of Dr. King, well, then you done lied to yourself and you allowed the government to lie to you yet again. That wasn't for Dr. King. That wasn't for Dr. King. God damn. What the fuck? Why does everybody want to fucking call me? Oh, this motherfucker is getting on my last damn nerves. Yo, what up, gangish? That didn't happen because of what Dr. King did. Now I know the focal point is Dr. King. No. Because if that was for if the position was for, or if the goal was for my people to have equal rights along the law, then why are the rights that we supposedly was fighting for are still fighting against us to this very day? This is what Dr. King knew. This is what he's seen. That's why I know a lot of y'all haven't done it. But for those that have done it, you'll know what I'm talking about. He sat down with Harry Belafonte, right? If you don't know who Harry Belafonte is, go look him up. And he told him, and I quote, "I led my people into a burning house." Now, what was that burning house? That burning house was the civil rights movement. Dr. King believed that if we hold hands and stuck together, that we would be better as a society. And that didn't happen. Well, how did that not happen? It didn't happen. And it still hasn't happened. What, you don't think that black people and white people were hanging out back then? The only difference is you couldn't do it out in the open. And if you did, then you had to be careful on what parts and what towns and what counties you was in. So let's not sit here and act like what was being fought for wasn't already going on. But we also have to have an understanding of the civil rights movement was not about racial equality, people. And I will say this again, the civil rights movement was not about racial equality. Because if you knew who the person who really started, see, the civil rights movement was already going on long before Dr. King was a part of it. The civil rights movement was already going on long before Dr. King was even a part of it. You see, people talk about the agenda of the LGBTQRSTUV WX, Y, and Z. But they don't never talk about what actually happened. How did we get to that part? What set this whole thing off? Russet Bernard was his name. He was a gay black man that has started the civil rights movement in a means to have gay people have equal rights like everybody else. He couldn't get it off the ground the way that he wanted to. He knew that he needed a figurehead, a face to go with the movement. At that time, Dr. King was the hottest preacher in the South, if not the entire country. So he goes, sits down, has a meeting with him, lays out the plans, tell him what he wants to do and everything. And Dr. King, agreed to go ahead and do it. See, people get caught up in the racial aspect of the civil rights movement. And they don't even pay attention that it was really a gay movement. It was a gay civil rights movement. But you see, they use the racial aspect of it to sneak their way through that shit. So all we gotta do is just sit back and let them do the fighting for us, and then we gonna come on what they like to hear this, the back end, and we gonna go ahead Y'all see what it is today, right? Y'all see what it is today, right? So we have to be, shout out to Shabaka, very clear that it was never about equality for black people. The burning house. You remember when the burning house? That was the burning house he was talking about. There was not going to be no equality for us. Dr. King knew that. Dr. King knew he had to go in a different direction in order for us to even get what is owed to us, for one, and get what is rightfully deserving based under the law of the land that was created by your forefathers. So it makes perfect sense why we haven't gotten it, even though it's on your forefathers document that they wrote themselves. So don't get mad at us when we bring up reparations. Get mad at your forefathers. They the ones who wrote that shit down. It wasn't no black man that put his ink on that paper. It was a white man who put the ink on that. It was white men who put the ink on that paper. So everything based under the law of the land of what we go by, what we know as the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and all this bullshit. Just remember who wrote the shit. So when we talk about equal rights under the law, it's bullshit. It was never meant for everybody. Because for those that was in power, that if they felt that way, to make the laws of the lands equal for everybody, then why they didn't do more to enforce that? But no, what they did, they allowed different shit to permeate through the lands. Jim Crow being one of the biggest. And all this is under the Constitution, people. And now because everything is all mixed in and mixed up and turned down and flipped and all that, they use that as an scapegoat to try to say, well, this is for everybody. Huh? How is it for everybody when there was only one group of people that actually wrote the shit? Hell, white women didn't even have no fucking rights. White women didn't even have no fucking rights, but they would be the first ones to step up and say something ignorant to one of us, or say something stupid to one of our kids. Bitch, you couldn't even go and vote. Bitch, you had to take your ass inside that motherfucking house and go cook, clean, and shut the fuck up. But you gonna try to tell us about something. Damn, why is my motherfucker not here? Let's see. Get this comment. Travis, what's happening? Executive, what's up? What's going on? Mm-hmm. Nah, they did. Yep. Completely ignored it. Yeah. Make it perfectly clear. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Exactly. You know, it's just it, it's just funny how when it comes to history, people get real selective. Oh, shit. You know, and you see, it's crazy because nowadays people will like they don't care what Dr. King did. They don't care what Dr. No, they weaponize the man whenever something goes down. No, stop using the man's name when something goes down. Why don't y'all use the names of Malcolm X? And that doesn't take away from the latter part of Dr. King's life. But he wasn't alive long enough to actually implement that revolutionary side of things. Dr. King was getting ready to show a lot of people a different side of him. But you see, people don't want to see what it is. You see, and the reason why people feel so comfortable with Dr. King, and we talk about this a lot, is because he made them feel comfortable. He was like, oh, white woman, white man, white kid, why don't you come on over? Come on over. It's okay. We're all the same. I don't judge you because of who you are. We're people. We're human beings, right? So they like to stay within those parameters. But in fact, Dr. King was getting ready to flip, so to speak. See, people have their own opinions about his last speech, about seeing the promised land, reaching the mountaintop, and have no idea what he was talking about. I may not get there with you because he knew his time was limited. Just like Malcolm knew that was going to be his last speech. So you go and you give the most powerfulest speech you possibly can, and to let everybody know. Don't stop fighting. Keep going forward. Keep fighting. Don't ever stop fighting. That's why he was talking about, I may not get there with you, because he knew he wasn't going to be around to get there with us. You know how, look, I'm pretty sure if Dr. King was still alive to this very day, he would be absolutely disappointed in a whole lot of us. Because say what you will about the man, there's one thing you could never deny about that man. He was for the people. He was for the people. He showed that every day. He showed that to the very last day he was alive. So I want to see how comfortable everybody would have been if they would have got a chance to see the other side of Dr. King. See, there's a reason why they don't bring up the latter part of his life, except for they'll they'll kind of give their own opinions through it, and then they go right into the hotel where people, Dr. King was still alive when he was shot at the hotel. He did not die there. He did not die there. Where's the blood spatter? Where's the blood spatter? Where's the wasn't there? If I'm standing up and my back is to the building and somebody shoots me, shouldn't there be some blood spatter? It wasn't, because it wasn't a real bullet. He was still alive. They took him to the hospital. That's where that's where he actually was assassinated at, in the hospital. You see, you get a lot of these elder bootlickers like Messy Jesse, who was there. And let me say this about Messy Jesse. Brother, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna paraphrase what Khaled said. And it's interesting how Dr. King and Dr. Khaled birthdays are that close together. Let that one sink in for a minute. Just let that one sink in for a minute, okay? Jesse Jackson, you are still my brother. You are still my brother. We just want you to come home. That's it. We just want you to come home. Because Jesse, you was there. You had the afro. You was rocking the dashiki. You had your black fists up. You was there. And instead of you getting pissed off by what they did to your best friend, you say, no, I'm going to start up a rainbow coalition and then I'm going to run for president even though I'm not going to win. But I just want to show my people that you can do it too. Because I am somebody. I am somebody. That's your best friend. Now, most people I know, you kill my best friend, oh, it's headhunting season. You didn't even do that. That would have been the time to raise hell. You didn't even do that. And I know Dr. King, wherever he's at, was like, well, damn, Jesse, you just gonna sit on your ass and not do nothing? These motherfuckers killed me. What the fuck? They killed me, you not gonna do nothing? And to this very day, he still want to paint the picture. Now he can only see half the picture because the man is blind in one eye. I think he's going blind in the other eye too. He got hella health complications going on with him. Now I don't want to see anything bad happen to the brother, but damn, you were supposed to pick up the mantle that Dr. King left. You were supposed to pick that up and ride with that. Instead, you chose to sit back and do nothing. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we all have our flaws, you know. Um, but we got to stop telling our own history about these people and really talk about the real history about these people and stop leaving stuff out because it it confuses the people. And you're teaching this to young kids. Don't have the kids confused, you know, because they're the ones that's going to carry this on. You know, and that's what bothers me about Dr. King is people want to come up with their own. They want to focus on what they want to focus on, and they don't want to focus on the whole history. And this is the problem. They keep all these figures that lived before we did. They they have this picture that they wanted. They they painted this picture, and based off of their eyesight of their vision, that's what the story is going to be. And then a lot of us end up getting older and just finding out about a lot of this stuff. See, a lot of things we have done in this life is based off of lies that we were told. Because if we were under the right structure, the way that we should have been, I guarantee you there's a lot of shit that a lot of us would not have did. There was a lot of lanes and journeys that we went down that we would not have gone down. We would have went down the journeys we were supposed to go down, not the journeys we did because of circumstance. Ah, he is. He really is. But I'm saying though, like when your best friend got assassinated, when your best friend was killed, you were supposed to you. That's when your blackness was really supposed to activate. Going on with that non-violent stuff. Yeah, that's why King was loaded up at the house though. Don't get twisted. He wasn't that damn nonviolent. Don't get twisted. Yeah, gotta do that at all. You know, they're not gonna say a damn thing. But hey, y'all, I'm about to jump over here. Uh, Jesse's about to go live in a little bit, so make sure y'all tap into that. I came up in here. I wanted to do this. You know what I'm saying? I try to do something every single year for Dr. King. You know what I'm saying? So I can, continue to put his real name out there and not the name that society want to try to hold on to because they scared of the motherfucking uncomfortability of redistribution of their money getting taken out and put back into our shit and the revolutionary side of Dr. King. And I believe Jesse and them is going to touch on Dr. King as well. So make sure y'all tap in for that. Thank y'all for coming through. I will be back again sometime this week. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I'm not quite sure, but I will definitely be back. Late night functions this week, people. Late night functions this week. Make sure if y'all up on the late night that y'all tap in with that. And with that said, I'm up out of here, y'all. Like always, we're gonna keep it cracking. We're gonna stay militant, and I'm up out this bitch. Peace.